Life is a high mistakes game. My eldest daughter plays volleyball. She's playing in high school right now. She loves the game. She's passionate about the game. And she also has a little bit of a curse that runs in our family, both sides of our family, which is, I think, a level of kind of personal intensity, scrutiny, and accountability that a lot of high performers are burdened by. They're hard on themselves. There's a lot of good that comes out of it. There's also a lot of pressure. I talked recently about getting out of that torture chamber that can be your head. But I think sometimes we can put so much pressure on ourselves and be so critical that it actually gets in the way of our performance. Volleyball, if you know that game, is a rapid high turnover. Every in-ball play is a scoring opportunity or a loss of point opportunity. So it is a high mistake game. And if you make a mistake or make a couple of mistakes and that starts compounding and it gets you upset to where now you can't focus and you get down or in your head and away from the ability to focus on the next play, it can just become this spiral that goes down the drain. It was sort of an early problem for my daughter. She would get super hard on herself. We watched it. We're like, oh my gosh, you can't let this happen. And she's truly broken that now. She can make mistakes and move on. And we really told her, like, look, you cannot allow one mistake in a game that actually is going to ask for almost every play is going to end with a mistake. I mean, maybe make a great hit to score a point, but that means the other team was not able to defend. Technically, that's a mistake or an error. So it's a crazy high mistakes game. It's easily 50-50 when it comes to that. So we were trying to work with her, both my bride and I, on you've got to let this stuff go. You can have no memory of what happened the last play. You got to move forward in the next one. And the reason we were driving that home is like everything I like talking about, whether it be war, training, philosophy, everything touches everything. So I'm teaching my daughter, hey, volleyball is a high mistakes game because life is a high mistakes game. And if you can't get past it and you can't make a mistake and move on, you're going to be stuck because I promise you, you're going to make more mistakes in a day than you probably can imagine, let alone a week, a month, or a year. I heard a great story recently of a basketball coach. I wish I knew who the coach was. Somebody's going to know in the stories, but it talks to kind of this point again in sports. He had one of his players go 2 for 11 on a night. That means he shot 11 times. He only scored twice, but he played 38 minutes of that game. That's a lot of time to only get that many shots off and then to have that low a scoring percentage. And the coach watched this player just fall apart as the night went on, missing these shots. And so he was beside himself, had a rough night, obviously very, very tough. And then he comes to practice the next day. He's still down. He can see he's down in practice. And the coach goes up to this player and says, hey, we need to talk for a second. The player says, great. What do you got, coach? He said, how many shots did you miss last night? And the player said, I missed 9 shots. And he said, got it. And he said, how long does it take you to take a shot? And the player said, coach. And he said, how long does it take you to get a shot off? And the player says, I don't know, a second. And he's like, yeah, I'd agree. And he's like, so how many minutes did you play last night? He said, 38 minutes. And he said, got it. So let me make sure I understand this. You allowed 9 seconds of your game to negatively impact 37 minutes and 51 seconds of the rest of the game. And the player kind of took it, said, I got it, coach, carried on, and had a fantastic season. You're going to make a lot of mistakes. Don't let those mistakes keep you from performing in the next round. If you make one and it hurts somebody, apologize. If you did it to yourself, forgive yourself and move forward. Life is a high mistakes game. Don't let those mistakes take away from the rest of the minutes you're going to live and perform. Hey, if you like this content, you think it's of value, please follow, subscribe, share it. Those are the things that help us kind of in this social world grow this following, hit the algorithm so we get more looks and more eyes. If you do, I appreciate it. Love to have you. Welcome to the tribe. Ever onward.